Hi everyone! Today we'll be reading the book Apples and Pumpkins by Anne Rockwell. Pictures by Lizzy Rockwell. That means that Anne is the author of this book. Anne wrote the words in this book. Since Lizzy drew the pictures, that means Lizzy is the illustrator of the book. Look at the illustration on the front cover of this book. What season do you think that this book's setting is in? Do you remember the 4 seasons? Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. These are the seasons of the year. If there are apples on the trees and lots of full green leaves, is it spring? No. If the leaves are full green and there's lots of apples, it's probably the end of the season of summer. And if the pumpkins are big and orange, it's probably the very end of summer and starting to be the season of fall. In fall, the girl would need long sleeves because the weather gets cooler. So this book is set at the very end of summer or the beginning of fall. Let's read about apples and pumpkins. This is the title page of the book. It tells us the name of the story again. Apples and Pumpkins by Anne Rockwell. Pictures by Lizzy Rockwell. When red and yellow leaves are on the trees. Oh, the season has begun to change since the cover of the book. If there are red and yellow leaves on the trees, what season are we in now? Now it has changed to fall. We go to the Comstock farm. There they're going. You can see all the colorful leaves on their journey to Comstock farm. To pick apples and pumpkins. Apples and pumpkins are ready to be picked when fall begins. Mr. Comstock gives us a bushel basket to put our apples in. If Mr. Comstock is the farmer and he gives the family a bushel basket, what is a bushel basket? A bushel basket is this basket of a certain size. A bushel is a measurement you can use to measure how many apples you're picking. Geese and chickens and a big fat turkey walk with us on our way to the orchard where the apples grow. Can you see the geese walking? And the turkey and the chicken and the little baby chickens? My father picks apples. My mother does too. See, they're putting them in their bushel basket to measure how many they get. I climb into a little apple tree and pick the reddest apples of all. When our basket is full of red and shiny apples, what do you think they do when their bushel basket is full? What do you predict they will do on the next page? Let's see. We go to the field where the pumpkins grow. Did you confirm your prediction? Is that what you thought would happen next? Or was it different than your prediction? I look and look. until I find the best pumpkin of them all. What do you think makes a pumpkin the very best one? Can you think of some adjectives that would describe the very best pumpkin? It looks like this little girl thinks it's round, orange, and big, with a big brown stem. That's the adjectives that she would use to describe the very best pumpkin. My father cuts it from the vine. I carry it back to the car. At home, we carve a jack-o'-lantern face on our big orange pumpkin. There are two adjectives the girl used to describe her pumpkin. Big is an adjective that describes her pumpkin, and orange is an adjective that describes her pumpkin. Have you ever carved a jack-o'-lantern into a pumpkin? What holiday is in the season of fall that you would carve a jack-o'-lantern for? We put a candle inside and light it. Now our pumpkin looks scary and funny too. There's some more great adjectives to describe the jack-o'-lantern. Scary is an adjective that describes the jack-o'-lantern, and funny is an adjective that describes the jack-o'-lantern. Here's the holiday that happens in fall that they use the jack-o'-lantern for. On Halloween night, we put our pumpkin on the doorstep. My mother gives away lots of our red and shiny apples for trick or treat. Did you hear two adjectives that describe the apples they picked at the orchard? Red is an adjective that described the apples they picked. Shiny is another adjective that describes the apples they picked. Would you like to get a red, shiny apple for trick-or-treating? That sounds nutritious and delicious. While I go trick-or-treating up and down our street. By looking at this picture, can you figure out what the little girl who went to the orchard dressed up as for Halloween? Can you see her hair and her shoes? What did the little girl dress up as for Halloween? She dressed up as a witch. Who took the little girl trick-or-treating while her mom passed out apples at their house? Her dad did. I hope you enjoyed the book Apples and Pumpkins by Anne Rockwell, pictures by Lizzy Rockwell.